Hi, everybody. It's us again. Your favorite VTM stream. And if we're not, I don't want to hear it. It's great to see you all. Thank you for coming in. We are here tonight to tell a vampire story. Last time, our coterie had a very intense confrontation with the Tremere Primogen, one Christian Lavallee. This confrontation led to the death of a few mortals, the alleged switching of allegiances of a ghoul, and the interrogation of the Tremere Primogen Lavallee. The Baron Trevor LePage showed up at the behest of Lupe, and there was a very tense tete-a-tete between him, Fox, his architect, and the coterie about what exactly to do with the fact that the Tremere Primogen had been assaulted, which, in no uncertain terms, due to the fact that it was within the Tremere Primogen's domain, was a breach of the tradition of hospitality. As the Camarilla within Calgary still hold a large amount of territory that has not been ceded to the Anarchs. And so, we join our coterie 1 week from the events of that evening, giving them time to get their affairs in order, decide on what the next move will be, and hopefully gain ground on pulling at the threads of several of the mysteries that surround the death of the former Prince Kyle Strathcona. The mystery which has been left, the investigation of which has been left in the hands of our coterie. So, tonight, in the aftermath of the attack of the Primogen, we are going to join our good Malkavian Uptown. Uptown, you lost someone fairly important to you. You're a man that has had mortals come and go in your life. You've been alive for a non-inconsequential amount of time. But Rachel was a good person. And she died due to the interference of a rival. And you can't help thinking that if you had just been a little more diligent, if you had watched a little more carefully, or hell, trained her to be a little more like you, that her death would not have occurred at the hands of Christian Lavallee. Where are you?
In a cemetery. Staring at a headstone with freshly dug earth underneath it. Sitting in a lawn chair. A bottle of that absolutely god-awful blueberry vodka that was Rachel's favorite. Sitting on the headstone. And 2 tumbler glasses. Uptown pours himself one. Very appropriately fails the rouse check but still... He sets it on the headstone, and he pours another one out right on the ground. And as he's holding that bottle of awful vodka in his hand, he's not in the cemetery anymore. It's May of 1984. And I think that was the last time he felt this defeated. He just had an argument, the argument, with Cindy, the woman he was supposed to marry. They're yelling at each other, and she won't stop going on about the fact that he's a piece of shit. He's cheating. She knows it. There's another woman. I smelt that perfume on your jacket that wasn't yours. You say her name in your sleep all of the time. Jolene. A name that has haunted Uptown dreams and nights and days for more than 40 years. And he finds himself in an apartment in downtown Calgary. Bottle of vodka in his hand. Because he's lost the woman he loves. He left the military to try and make a life for himself and for this woman. His father-in-law, who passed away, was supposed to be the man that he worked with. He's getting his law degree. He's going to be a lawyer. They're going to get married. Everything's going to work out fine. And in the span of a few short months, she leaves, and her father's dead. And Uptown knows, he has no proof, but he knows that the man that will one day turn him into this blood-sucking monster is responsible for all of it. And when he snaps back to the present, it's the first time that he's had one of these flashbacks that doesn't end in him feeding. It's new. That voice is growing.
As Uptown stands within the cemetery, and comes out of this reverie, and you think for the first time in a long time that you are alone, Uptown hears a voice behind his shoulder. So, looks like I died, hey? And you hear the voice of Rachel.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Standing at my grave with a bottle of my vodka, with my gun in your ankle holster. You know, I had you clocked for a while, but I really am right. You can't let go.
Uptown sort of stares off into the distance. And even though he comes off a lot of the time as crude and violent, a revolutionary that doesn't seem to have a specific purpose, he was once a very educated man. He came very close to passing the prep course, Alberta's version of the bar exam. And something rings in the back of his head from an English class or something of that sort. He ruefully smiles. Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. The menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. Matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And something is broken in him. One of his powers has grown, and the madness that plagues all Malkavians seeps in just a little deeper. And as he turns to leave the cemetery, Rachel is gone. And he looks down and realizes he's not wearing the wedding ring he was supposed to wear and has been wearing this whole time for the first time in 40 years. And silently, he packs up his chair, picks up the bottle and the glasses, and he does not eject the drink that does not sustain him, that turns to ash in all Kindred's mouths until he has crossed the threshold of the cemetery.
We're going to zoom out from uptown in the cemetery. I would like you to put a note on your character sheet really quick.
Sure.
Can you please put an asterisk next to Rachel's gun in your inventory?
Absolutely. I got it.
Now, while some people mourn and others may have things more occult or weird, strange, or planning to do, it is a conversation that was had within the Luminosity Club with Baron LePage that rings in the head of our good Bruja, Texas. Tex, where are you as you ruminate over the offer, the philosophical conversation, the words of Baron Trevor LePage? Where do we find you?
We're definitely back at the motorcycle club. If Tex can't think, he works. And so right now he's fiddling with his motorcycle. There's nothing that needs to be done, but he's taking off the gas can, putting it back on, loosening, tightening screws, cleaning exhaust pipes, checking gear shifts. It's just busying himself as he tries to figure out what's going on in his head. Fuck. I think he calls out to there's a front office, let's say a merchant that they just take the tickets and they collect.
You have a clerk.
Mechanical services. Yeah, clerk. Thank you. I couldn't read that. I think he calls out to them just to kind of like get another body in the space.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Phyllis, could you come on in here real quick?
Yeah, Tex, of course. And a older lady comes wandering up out of her administrative office, where she's, doing a little bit of Excel work. She's been an institution for the motorcycle club for a long time. You and her have a pretty solid rapport. You've been known to lean on her quite a few times for anything administrative within the club when it comes to like bookwork, accounting, it's scheduling, any of the day-to-days. So, she's got tattoos going up her arms. She's got a big old. She's got some old school ones. She's got some like classic Americana. She's got a big old black widow inside of a web on her neck. She's got a teardrop tattoo, and she's got fuck pigs on her knuckles. She looks to you and says, "What do you need, Big Daddy?"
Phyllis, I got a question for you. You ever find yourself in a situation to where you're caught between loyalty and self-preservation?
Phyllis looks you up and down. She got crow's feet in the corners of her eyes. She's seen a few years. She looks to you. Yeah, I have. And she undoes one of the buttons at the top of her vest, and she shows off a bullet scar. I know all about it.
Who'd you take that bullet for, Phyllis? Yourself or somebody else?
MC is everything to me. I take the bullet for my family.
I'm having a hard time thinking a little bit. I have a bit of a situation to where I could do something that'll make things better for me, but it may not be the best for my family. Unless I use it as a particular station. I'm confused.
Well, first of all, Tex, it doesn't take a hell of a lot to confuse you, so I'm not surprised you came to me, the expert.
Ha, Philip.
On a very serious note, you get to make that choice. Nobody gets to make that choice for you. If somebody has you in between a rock and a hard place, I'm telling you right now, you choose the hardest point. And you lean into it. If you don't do everything that you can for the people that have invested in you, then to be blunt, you're not a man.
You're right. Family is everything.
No, that's not what I said. Because family changes. You know how your family feels. And sometimes that changes. And sometimes you make a decision for you that benefits all of them. I don't believe in ultimatums. You have to be intelligent about it. I took this bullet because of a very hard situation. Very hard situation. But I made that choice. If I knew that I was going to be shot and they were actually going to pull the trigger, I don't know if I would have done it. I was scared. I thought I was going to die. I had no idea that they were going to, pop off a shot at me. I didn't know that they were high. There was a lot of unknowns. So my advice to you is educate yourself. Find out everything that you can about this rock, and find out everything that you can about the hard place, and then you make your decision. Don't fly off the handle. That's how people get hurt. That's how you get hurt. What are you getting into?
Well, once I find out, I'll let you know, Phyllis. Trust me, you'll be the first one to know.
Right.
As soon as I do.
Okay.
If you could do me another favor, there's a...
I'm not giving you head.
It doesn't matter how many times you try to force yourself upon me, Phyllis. It's not going to happen. Honestly, I've been around the block of times.
All right, you can't blame a girl for trying. Listen.
You got too much going on, Phyllis. I can't handle anything you got going on.
Yeah, you couldn't handle me. You're right.
Nah, look at that. Shake your hands. Never would do anything for you. Do me a favor if you could, Phyllis. There's a number.
Yeah.
In that small book in the safe. It's titled Baron. Give him a ring for me. Tell him I'd like to hear from him, but I'd like to hear from him where I'm comfortable. See if he can come around the MC.
What time?
As soon as possible. It'd be nice. Preferably before Deacon gets back.
Okay. Phyllis wheels around and heads to the administrative office. Grabs a pen, takes down a couple of notes, gets on the horn. She walks back out, finds you. You're probably it's been about 20, 30 minutes. You're twisting wrenches again. He says he's going to be here in 30. You ready?
That's fine. Thank you so much. Do me a favor if you could, Phyllis. Take the rest of the night off. I'll close up.
Heard.
Thank you.
Yeah. Phyllis leaves, and a very short time later, Baron Trevor LePage raps at the locked door. Without the administrator there or Deacon available or anything like that, the doors aren't just like wide open. So, especially in the middle of the night, you let him in. He stands there. This time, he seems to be wearing something less uniformy. You understand that when Baron LePage meets with the court, as it were, he makes himself look very intentionally blue collar, looks very intentionally tradesman, union man. He's wearing high vis vests. He's wearing, he's got the coveralls on. He's wearing a blue jeans, a Carhartt jacket, and a set of steel toe boots, kind of thing. And tonight he's wearing a simple tight t-shirt, and it's just got Black Sabbath across the front. You notice that on his bare arms, which you've never seen before, he's covered in tattoos, top to bottom. He's got some band tats from like old heavy metal bands back in the day. He's got a set of ripped blue jeans. Little impromptu, Tex.
I appreciate you coming around, Baron. Just take a seat real quick. The Tex goes over to like this makeshift cooler that just actually keeps bottles of blood at a warm, comfortable temperature, because who wants cold blood? As if he was taking out two Budweisers out of a fridge.
Yeah.
And he grabs one and he tosses one to the Baron, pops one open himself, and he goes, again, thank you for coming. But giving some thought about our conversation at the club the other night.
Mm.
I I don't have to explain this to you. I'm not a man who likes leashes. I think I made that very evident when we had spoke the previous time, but I am interested in what could potentially help me to help mine. You got a lot going on, Baron. And there's a lot that you need, and there's a lot that you need of me, specifically. And in kind, bruja to bruja, I'm more than happy to help. But I need to know the direction in which I'm going. Simply put, Baron, I'm interested. What do you have for me?
So, very specifically, in a not long amount of time, my constable is going to be leaving me. Not for any duplicitous reason. The revolution needs her elsewhere. That'll be before the end of the year. That is going to leave a few threads that still need to be pulled. There is no shot that I am going to be able to commit myself to all of the labors that she has. But she has given me dossiers of information that will allow her successor to take up that mantle. There is one thing that has already been dropped. There is a spinning plate that is falling to the floor that we cannot allow to shatter. We have put a lot of resources, a lot of money, a lot of time in grooming a ghoul that has been at the side of Kyle Strathcona for a lot of the time that he was still alive. That ghoul, as far as I know, was passed off by the Ventru Primogen to some right of primacy of the blood. We need that ghoul back. There is a scant hope that that ghoul still contains some of the blood, diluted or not, of Kyle Strathcona. If nothing else, they will have information. Kyle Strathcona had taken them as a lover. And they would be invaluable.
What's their name?
Their name is Francois Levin. There is a reason why I have come to you with this. Deacon can never know that you have robbed his clan. There is a bond of clan, of blood, primacy, and the acting of one of them against the other is akin to treason.
That's interesting that you bring that up, Baron, because I think that's where I have a problem.
I understand.
Why isn't this something you just could have asked Deke to do? It wouldn't be robbing the clan. Why me?
Because I need to know that you are willing to do exactly what it takes for the revolution, for the city, and for the good of all kindred, even when it's against your interest. You have every right to say no, and this topic dies here tonight. If you say yes, I have a dossier waiting for you. It has the last known location of Francois Levin. I have on good authority that it will be a simple extraction, of which I am sure you are more than capable of performing.
So if I do perform this for you, which it wouldn't be too much of a hassle for me, I'm pretty sure. What does that grant me again? I'd like for you to say it plainly, because some of us are more simple.
You'll be given domain of your own outside of Calgary, and there will be a courtesy, a law specified outside of the traditions by the barony of myself, Trevor LePage, that you are to be left alone, that you and yours are to be unmolested outside of any governing body. So
me and mine,
you and anyone that you designate, I would like to vet anyone that is underneath that umbrella.
Let's get the vetting process going right now. I'll take on your little task, because it sounds like fun, honestly. No one of the Kindred kind in the MC, including its founders. You can begin your vetting process on that right now. If we can agree to that as a start, you hand your little dossier over to me and I'll clean up your fucking mess.
He takes out a pen and he starts to write in a notepad that he produces from a back pocket. This will be as binding as I can possibly make it. He flips the notepad up, he places it on the desk, and it reads very plainly. Honorable member of the Anarch Revolt, Texas, and his domain, as well as any members of the Wave MC, will be seen as completely immune to breaches of hospitality and domain within their own lands in the Kingdom of Calgary.
It's beautiful. Could you verbalize one thing for me? I agree with everything that you wrote right there. That includes its founders, correct?
Including its founders. Letter of the law.
Thank you. You drop off your little dossier over, I'll read over it. What's my timeline, Baron?
You'll receive the dossier, but I'll tell you this. Francois Levin is being held by a separate ghoul and has been mesmerized, its memory clouded, their entire mind essentially shattered and shackled by the Ventru Primogen.
Got it.
They are being held in an old Sabbat enclosure. a riverboat that sits on the Bow River.
That's nice.
It's not how I would describe it.
Well, I'll run your errand for you, Baron. And then we'll continue this side of the conversation after I deliver.
We can sign this in blood when all is said and done.
Yeah, that's fine. Would you like another one before you head on off?
No, I have other business to attend to. But thank you for the drink.
Evening, Baron.
Good evening, Texas. And he gets up and he leaves.
Yeah. And as he clears the pathway, Tex goes to one of the corners, grabs another drink, and he looks up at the camera that's beeping red, and he looks deep into it, and he goes, "Well, we need to have a conversation, Deke. As soon as you'd like." Then he walks into the administration office, stops the tape, and crushes it.
Got it. We will zoom out from Texas. Some members of the Coterie left that encounter with Lavali relatively unscathed, some using powers of blood and sorcery to do things behind the scenes, and others using incredible feats of the blood to hold people in place, protecting themselves completely from harm. But others did not escape so unscathed. They left angry, unsatisfied, hungry. Deacon.
Yes.
You left the Luminosity Club fiercely hungry.
Yeah. About 3 dots hungry.
You hear that little voice, that condescending, holier than thou, dickhead tone in the back of your mind. Well, kid, you just can't seem to get out of a sticky situation without getting your hands dirty, can you? You got thin blood. Burns too quickly. You leave me hungry. You treat me bad. Why do you think you have such a short fuse? It's because you're not fucking good enough. Go get me something to eat.
Were there any reflective surfaces when he heard that in his head?
I would like to say that you are driving one of your luxurious vehicles, and you can absolutely have the rear view mirror.
Yeah. So what Deacon sees in the mirror is himself. He's hearing himself, but it's a version of him that he tries to avoid. The stereotypical Ventru. It's himself in a 3-piece suit. But in this case, it is wearing a diamond emblazoned crown, but he is 3 dots of hunger, so a lot of those diamonds are now full rubies, and there is a bit of blood going across the face of himself as he hears this version of himself, this dickhead version of himself, which for all intents and purposes, nobody else realizes that that's just how he sees himself. You know, I hate how often I agree. I don't think any other kindred has that. But if it quiets you down for a little bit, obviously, I'm gonna get something to eat.
You should have fed 3 hours ago.
I am the one in control, not you. I will feed when I want to, not because you say to.
That only works for so long.
Call it a lesson in composure. Eventually, I have to try to grab some of it back.
What does Deacon feed on this evening?
Well, now's as good as time as any to reveal what his feeding preference is. I gotta find somebody and either make them afraid or know that I know that they're afraid of me.
Which would you prefer?
I will probably find a bar letting out, hopefully nearby an alleyway of some sort. And the simplest way, instead of doing the whole rigmarole of trying to threaten them or anything like that, I will just activate Daunt on someone to make them afraid. It's not his normal way, but it is the quicker way, and it still gets the job done.
Roll your test pool.
What is my hunting? Where is it at? Hold on. Where the hell is my hunting preference?
If I'm not mistaken, it should be... well, it'll be at the very top of your sheet.
Based on your predator type.
Yeah, it's based on your predator type. It has it right in there.
Okay, just click on that one. Could it pull strength or manipulation plus intimidation?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, it's either or. My strength is higher than my manipulation, so I'll do that. Strength and intimidation. So
Okay.
it's a pool of... Would half of this be my hunger, or is it all strict black dice?
Oh, it's hunger.
Okay, so, yep, cool. So
Hunger
3
applies
regular?
to just about everything.
Okay, just wondering.
Mhm.
So that's 3 regular and 3 hunger. Alright. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Got willpower if you need it.
Yeah, I got 2 successes on that one.
2 successes?
Yeah. I will ask you as the storyteller, do you think I should roll a willpower for this?
What a fantastic question.
You're not going to answer. I'm just going to roll the will. I'm just going to use the willpower.
I love it when my players decide to just burn willpower.
Actually, you know what? If this is still within the same night, I might need this because this would be my last. No, I had one. No, I had 2 more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I had already burned 3 out. I burned 2. I'll burn 1 more, then I'll have 1 more left.
Okay.
If I was zeroing it out, I probably would have saved it. Okay, that is. How the fuck does that work? Okay, that's animalistic. So that's gonna be a messy critical.
Okay.
For a total of 5.
Deacon is so very much trying to claw back his composure, sincerely attempting to pull at the threads of his own temper and unravel it. You do slake your hunger, but there is a mistake. Within a cold, dark alleyway, a young person dies tonight. You slake every point of hunger that you have. You are no longer hungry, and that voice drifts away. But as the fear, as the terror, as that choleric, sweet vitae runs down your throat and heats your gullet, you cannot stop drinking. You see Lavali. You wanted him dead. You couldn't kill him. You see the criminals. You want them dead. You can't kill them. And you see your beast laughing in your face, and you want them dead, and by all of the gods old and new, you can't kill it. But you can kill this one, and it's going to feel good. And then your brain lights up, and you can't stop, and you can't stop. And that heartbeat, that thrum of the jugular vein throbbing across your lips goes still. They stop fighting. And again, a young person dies in an alley in Calgary because Deacon couldn't keep it together.
Once I come back to myself, there's a part of me that knows I just killed someone. And there's another part of me that is really hoping that I just took too much and they fell asleep. to the point where I am trying to resuscitate them. Like, I'm smacking the face, I'm trying to get them to wake up. I can't, and, fuck me. Fucking right, they're right. All of them are right. I am nothing. I can't even fucking fuck. And I start, I can't leave this body here.
Who do you call? Who can solve this instantly? You have a dead body in an alleyway outside of a busy bar. Who do you call?
The only person that I know that is in my readily contact list that I know has gotten rid of dead bodies is Texas, but I also know that some of his people that are on the more illicit side of our gang, RMC, they handle this type of stuff as well. And also through my predator type, I have 3 dots in contacts that are specific to criminal activity. So I also likely have just got like a John Wick like cleaning crew that I can call, that I can pay a certain amount of money to make it disappear.
All of the money in the world combined can still make a mistake when it happens like this. I'm going to have you roll. If you decide not to have a supernatural element in place and you rely on mortals to clean this up for you, I will ask for a roll.
Four dots in intelligence. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Who do you call?
I gotta call Texas.
You call Texas?
Yeah. And I
Okay.
will say this is the first time Texas has received this call from Deacon.
Yep. Pretty neat. What's up? I wasn't sleeping. Shit.
I fucked up, man. I fucked up. I fucked up. I did.
What?
Fucking control issues, man. Control issues. I swear to God, ever since I was made this, I have not been able to keep myself in check, and now I fucked up, and I need your help.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Don't say anything else. Send me your location in a text message. I'll be there quickly, and then we'll get you in the car and we'll get you out.
Yeah.
Is it a fight or is it cleanup, Deke?
It's cleanup.
Multiple or singular?
Singular.
Send me your location. I'll be there as quickly as I can.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
Yeah. It's all right, bud. Just give me a second.
At this point, as soon as the call clicks, he can't cry normally anymore, but he fully has just streams of blood going down his face. And it's just the culmination of frustration with himself. The rare regret of saying yes to being turned because he didn't know that this would be a part of it. He knew he would have to feed, but he didn't know that he would lose the portion of him that held self-control. And now here he is standing over someone's body in a fucking alleyway. And then he well, I made it 10 years without fucking draining somebody.
We will leave it to Texas attempting to clean up the body. Deacon, full of sorrow and regret, worry, shame. Tex, you don't hold an insane amount of influence, and you don't have a lot of force of will and persuasion. You get a sinking feeling in your gut. Deacon called you because you fix problems. This might be a problem that you don't have the faculties to resolve. Can I please get you to roll? I'm going to ask for an intelligence plus streetwise.
This doesn't feel targeted at all.
Got willpower.
Which part?
Thank you, random voice from the heavens.
You can also rouse the blood.
I just find out. Like, come on, just give me a second. Let me see what I can do. Oh, shit. Oh, that's 2 successes. Now, I would like to take a moment to err on the storyteller's graces and say that in a previous life, Tex was a cattle rancher. Not too dissimilar on joints. Maybe a little messy, but pretty sure I could figure something out.
I guess we get to find out if this problem comes back to haunt you another night. Did Deacon call the right person? Did Texas roll well enough? We're going to zoom out from Deacon. Now, December, as a complete pivot to the severity of the evening, the absolute wildness that has occurred so far. How is the community macaroni and cheese night going?
Pretty successfully. We have 5 trays of mac and cheese. The top quality cheese has been sourced from the best shops around.
Truly.
There been a lot of love and dedication over the past couple of days of putting this together between December and a member of her coven, Sandra, who loves to cook. Makes a mean potion, but an even meaner mac and cheese.
Okay.
One of those trays is set aside, but the rest is waiting near the back of the shop, which is where the kitchen area is. And the kind of back door area has a few tables set up and the door open for people in the community who have heard about it to come by and collect a warm meal in the early hours of the night.
This is a warm event. There's a lot of levity in the air. It's very fun. Light. People are being fed. It's connective. Who did you invite?
Partially it was with help from the Coven to invite people who don't have access to a lot in the city, who are struggling, who might not have permanent places to be, people who are down on their luck and need a boost.
Okay.
In addition, she invited Texas to come back.
Texas, do you attend Mac and Cheese Night?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very busy tonight.
This could have been a completely separate evening. Yeah.
Cool.
We have a 7-day period over which all of this happens. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, what do you two discuss?
Well, when Texas arrived, December calls him inside, rather than waiting amongst the time to get something to eat. He says, "Hey Tex, come here. I got something for you."
Yeah. What is it? You need help with something?
Yes, definitely. And once he comes inside, she points to the stove where there is a tray of mac and cheese just for Texas. That's your one. You overpaid for the community meal.
Oh, this one's all mine. Really?
Yeah.
That's mighty kind of you. It's been a minute since I've had a good tray. This is a big tray. Thank you. It's I just wanted to help. That was it. I appreciate this though.
Yeah, one tray of mac is not going to repay that kind donation towards the community, so you better be back at the next one.
Honestly, Miss December, if it's mac and cheese made by you, it's worth more than what I gave.
At least try it first before you say that.
Oh no, it's great. This is probably the best thing that I've ever had in my life. I just really appreciate the fact that you would do this for me. Damn.
Okay. Now here's the thing. Because I love these kinds of roles so very, very much. December. Did you prepare the mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Can I please get you?
But yes.
Can I please get you to roll? I'll hear an argument for what you like, but it's going to be wits plus plus a skill. What do you think it would be? No, because Kraft mac and cheese is bullshit. But
don't disrespect it.
Listen, KD is a Canadian institution, but any motherfucker that says that KD is better than their homemade is actually sniffing glue. So go ahead and you can do crafts.
Okay, idea. What if it's etiquette instead?
Sell me on it.
The correct things that go into mac, the correct amount and quality of cheese, the correct noodles to use.
Understood.
None of this penne shit.
Understood. Okay, so you're arguing that you're making macaroni and cheese for the occasion, not so much. You're making it for the discerning palate of the evening. Is that what we're being sold on?
Correct. Yes.
Roll those bones, December.
Okay. Do I still have the same hunger situation as last time I do, right?
You're damn right.
Okay, so that was wits.
That would be wits plus etiquette, yeah.
Or has there been a more
3
important
successes
3 successes
out of 4. So.
out of 4. 3 successes? Honestly, it's bomb mac and cheese. Three different types of cheese, a little bit of smoked Gouda. We got some Swiss in there. We got a little bit of Gruyere. We're rocking with some sharp cheddar. You got the breadcrumbs Italian style on top, baked in, bacon crumble. Am I making you fucking hungry? Because that's the kind of mac and cheese that December made.
I just really appreciate, and he fully turns away from you, and half the pan is gone. Like, we figure out what Texas's beast is right now, and for some reason, this mac and cheese is just.
Inside the head of Texas, you hear the voice of his beast, and it's like, eat the mac and cheese. Yeah.
It's definitely the scene of the beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, oh, for sure, for sure. Tremendous.
Okay, that's
Sorry.
a good sign.
Sorry. It's really good. It's been some time since I've had a good cooked meal like that.
I'm glad you like it, because I can't really enjoy it anymore, so it's good to see someone is.
Yeah, if you have any more things that, you need someone to try, not hard to find.
I'll have plenty of funds to do so. I have nothing else for you. And she calls him downstairs to the occult shop side of things, the Kindred level of occult shop things, to give him an actual gift. This time it is a small fabric pouch filled with, they're not sure what, but she'll take it out of the shelf, obviously full of various occult artifacts and items, hand it over and say, can you keep this on you, especially when you go to investigate why Christian wants Lupe's blood? It's just something for protection and, yeah, to help ensure your safety. And this is one of the items that she'd worked on and already gifted one to Lupe for safety.
Yeah, that's fine. I can keep it. He puts it in his jacket. It's fine.
Don't leave it anywhere. Don't leave it behind. Keep it on you. If you were going somewhere, you might be in danger. Okay?
Takes it out of his jacket and he puts it under his Under Armour, like right next to his skin. And he's just like, not going anywhere now.
Okay. Thanks. That makes me feel a bit better.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you were quick to respond the other day when we were in a pinch. And hopefully this is part of paying that back.
You know you don't have to pay me back for anything, right? You keep saying that. I mean, I do this because I want to, not because I have to.
Nice of you to say, but we should keep the scales balanced.
Right. Give and take. I understand. Well, if there's nothing else that you need from me, maybe before we all have to meet back up, it'd be nice if I could take you on a ride sometime.
On your bike?
Yeah, it could be fun. I I don't want to mess up your pretty hair or anything, so I wouldn't have a helmet, but I'm pretty sure we could, like, tie it up or something like that. I'm sorry. I'm babbling. You can say no. It's fine.
I've never ridden a motorcycle before. And I guess before I would have been a little bit afraid. Now, there's much worse things to worry about. Sure. I'll
Yeah.
try it.
Nice.
You hear a knock on the basement door.
Yes.
We're out of mac and cheese.
Already?
Yeah, people are hungry. And some dickhead ate half a pan.
Hey,
Put it aside for a reason.
Can you come and make more? There's still hungry people.
Yep. On my way. You let me know when, right? Thanks.
yeah, absolutely. Sorry about that. It was really good mac and cheese, obviously.
Not a problem. Actually, probably should have accounted a little bit more for how many of the community would actually turn.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll leave you to it. Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay. See you later.
Yeah, you have a good one. And he kind of like walks out, but it's one of those like, oh yeah, okay, sorry.
Okay, we're going to zoom out from December and Tex, and we're going to zoom back in on December and the grander community. As the night goes on and people start filtering in and out, you had a couple of questions for people.
Yes. The specific date in question,
Mhm.
can I start putting that out there in terms of anyone know what happened on that night weeks ago?
It's a big mystery. Folks heard about a ruckus and you know, a little bit of strange goings on or whatever. You know, the rumor mill is the rumor mill. But sincerely, no.
Streets were strangely empty, by their word.
You can I actually, you know what? Can I get a let's get a charisma plus persuasion. Let's see exactly what you get.
Okay. And I can. Oh, okay. I'm going to use some willpower because that's crazy. Willpower and okay, that's better. 3 successes.
With 3 successes, you learn definitively that the kind population has no clue. If there was anyone that saw, they got absolutely they were manipulated or influenced away or disappeared. Yeah. You're very confident that the mortal population is completely in the dark.
Excellent. Then in as like just kind of getting the picture of this information that's spreading, she will add to the rumor mill. And her addition will be that it was a simple fight that got out of hand and it got covered up quick.
Tremendous. Okay. Well, right there, folks, that is where we are going to take our break for the evening. We will be back in 10 minutes. Tex tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your local congressperson, tell your garbage collector, tell your neighbor, tell your cat, tell your dog that I love them, tell literally everyone that you know that Another World Tabletop is live and that we're telling vampire stories, and they should be here. Our cast looks great. We tell great stories, and rumor has it, we smell good. So we will see you all in 10, and we will, don't go anywhere. Now, when I said that some people, some of the kindred, left that occasion hungry, it wasn't just Deacon. Lupe.
Yes.
What's your hunger at?
2. But I like to keep it at an even 1.
There is just that very barest hint of a voice that is within the back of your head. It's not so insistent. It's a little cold. It's a little calculating. You know the exact amount that I need to be fed. We shouldn't let this get too much farther. You know what you need to do. Please.
Of course not. You're absolutely right. Let's have some fun.
You can call it that.
Oh, I do.
So where do you go?
And yeah, I think she will probably choose from the congregation, if you want to call it that.
You call a sermon, so to speak.
Yes.
You are at your club within the confines of those warm concrete walls, the marble pillars, the gold inlays, the bas reliefs of Sutek, the iconography and mosaic pieces of your dark god, the pools of steaming water, the dark, just barely lit enough to see the gyrating flesh and the tumble of human bodies rolling with one another in ecstasy, and the scent of sweating bodies, the crush of humanity distilled in worship of you, of Set, of truly whatever you dictate night to night.
Mm-hmm.
Please. How do you do it?
I'm going to... I don't like to repeat unless I need to. Individuals that I feed from, I like to spread it out. Give them all time to recover. And I think I'm just going to choose... Probably... This is actually pretty funny. I think with how Lupe's been feeling, she realizes that she, in all of her infinite wisdom, even she has the capacity to feel lost at times. And I think she's just looking for someone who, at least aesthetically, reminds her of Liam.
You're searching for someone that reminds you of him. Can I please get you to make a wits plus awareness?
Sure. 2 successes.
You've been curating a group of individuals for some time. Lupe doesn't have a very specific type. But if you were to distill it, it would be someone like Liam.
Yes.
You spot someone sitting off in one of the alcoves, lounging back on a pillow, leaning up against the wall, wearing an Armani suit, black gold watch, very, very expensive footwear.
Perfect. Fashionable.
Fashionable, and it is strange how identical the facial hair is, how sharp the jawline is, but there are distinct differences. The eye color is wrong. He's a little bit paler than Liam. Doesn't have quite the tan. Not quite as chiseled. But
Close enough.
he'll do.
He'll do. And I think she will get up from her usual place where she holds court. She doesn't have awe up or anything. She doesn't really need it here, usually.
Usually.
And she's going to approach this man.
He sits up a little straighter.
Hello. You look a little bored.
I wouldn't call it bored, but I would be lying if I wasn't looking forward to the attentions of the Dark Lady.
She just kind of like tilts her head. Dark Lady, that is such a lovely title. Tell me, how many more can you think of? And she's gonna like lean in a little closer, but not too close. Just enough.
He starts rattling off several different honorifics. He says Shadowed Mistress. He says the Lady of Sin. He says the Master of Dark Desire, our Shadowed One, the Queen that is below all, the one who pulls the strings. And then there is one that rings in your ears that feels oh so right, and it is the Sanguine Chainbreaker.
At that one, she will take his chin between her thumb and forefinger. That was the correct answer. Tell me, how much more attention would you like? And she's going to use awe.
His eyes flutter, and with your enhanced senses and your ability to see through the miasmatic dim of your sanctum, you smell him start to sweat. You hear his heartbeat start to rush, and you see the thrum, the pulse of the jugular. You see the vein in the temple start to pop. He has become tense. He has a little bit of fear, excitement, arousal all at once, and he says, I would only take as much as you would give.
She will accept this offering. And I suppose I should roll seduction, because I have that as a specialty.
Yes.
So it's charisma persuasion plus a die because it's my specialty?
Yes.
Is that right?
You got it.
Okay.
Do you include being hot?
Oh yeah, I also have to include being
You
hot.
do get the
That's
extra
another
2.
die.
Yeah, there is the 2 die. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay,
So-
cool. That's funny. That's a thing. Sorry.
Yeah, plus 2 for looks. You got it.
I got. Oh damn! I needed the extra dice. I only got 3 successes with all those dice.
3 successes is a not insignificant amount.
No. But I rolled a lot
There,
more than that.
you rolled a significant amount of dice, and there is, for all of your want, for this to be Liam in this moment, your heart's just not in it.
No.
You want it to be someone so bad, and he's giving you everything that you want. There's no
Not the
hunt.
same.
There's no want. This man doesn't have the depth. He doesn't have
He's a puppet.
the range. He's just
He's a tool.
another cattle. And you feed. It is delicious. It is ecstatic. You do slake that hunger. But you feel a little empty.
Yeah. I think in the aftermath, we're just gonna fade to black on that.
Yeah.
In the aftermath, I think after he leaves, she sends him on his way. She's sitting on the edge of the bed. And I think even though hunger-wise she's satisfied, you see a single tear. Crimson down her cheek.
As you are in the throes of this emotion, Lupe, your heart beats. A wholly alien feeling, unless you are activating Blush of Life. But you feel a singular, solid you feel the tiniest amount of warmth radiate throughout your body, and then it goes away.
Do I know what this means?
Roll me we'll say an intelligence plus occult.
Intelligence and occult. 1 success.
1 success? That is more than enough to know that something is reaching out.
Okay. I think that's good for my scene.
There's one last thing on the agenda tonight. And it still involves Lupe. There's a meeting with a very influential individual. An incredibly powerful Kindred. There is an Archon in town. An agent of the Justicars. The grandest of councils of the Camarilla, the ones who are the officiators of the most lofty executive decisions. and a hand of one of them is within Calgary. A meeting has been set up by the Ventru Primogen. Damon Trent has made it clear that you will be welcome at the table. Archon Grafton is the name that you are given. Damon Trent gives you all of the information that he has. Deacon. Archon Grafton is a Toreador. Their blood is thick. That is everything that he knows. Thick enough that it's surprising that the beckoning has not ripped them away to the east yet.
Oh, that. Okay, that. Oh, that is a number, and I wish. Now I know why you were laughing when I said I'd bring Lupe. I really hope this does not turn into a who's prettier contest between a Toreador and a ministry member. All right, Damon, I appreciate
No promises.
But I hope it doesn't turn into that. I'm saying it's not going to turn into that. And I'm also asking, please don't let it turn into that. Because according to the rumors, the ministry is sexier than the Toreador. You didn't hear it from me.
He grins. Such high praise. All right, I'll be good. I guess.
I've been known to give praise from time to time when it's deserved.
Well, then I should be hearing it from you more often.
That is a different conversation for different company, Lupe.
She just leans back, oh so satisfied in her seat in the car. You know, she loves doing this shit to you all the time.
Genuine smile on his face.
You have been notified that the place where you are going to be received is the Hemingway Room.
Oh.
It is a photo gallery, a place where professional photography takes place, where art expositions are held. Several museum exhibits have been on display here in past times. It has been turned into a dining hall for certain different events. It is very gas lamp Victorian, incredibly a lot of Baroque stylings, filigreed pillars. It is one of the foremost locations for photo ops in the area. That is where you will be received.
Oh.
Are you ready to go?
Deacon does make a note that photography and or art seems to be this particular Toreador flavor of the day. So he's preparing himself for a random blank stare if something catches. They're fancy, but also figuring out in his mind, I could probably just buy the prettiest thing in the room and give it to them, and they might be cool with me in case anything goes wrong. But also, Archons have the funds. It's just a swirl of that, and then also remembers Lupe's there, so he does turn to Lupe and say, so the reason why I put you on the docket, I'm sure you were wondering.
Oh, I don't need to wonder, but you can tell me anyway.
Well, it is the cutting wit, partially, but also I know you can cover where I can't.
It is true.
I'm better at leading people. I'm better at scaring people. You are much better at simply coercing, persuading.
I'm the velvet glove to your iron fist. I know. We complement each other well.
Yes. I was trying to think of another analogy that didn't involve me being an iron fist, but when you're right, you're right.
I really don't see you as that kind of leader, but it's a good enough analogy.
Not for you. That's more so towards everyone else. I try to keep my impulse control problems at bay when it comes to my friends, which is, I do consider you a friend, Lupe.
The feeling is mutual.
For as much as that word means amongst Kindred society.
For me, it means probably more than it does to most.
I appreciate that, because and between us girls, I'm still fairly young, so it still means what it always meant to me.
Interesting. I tend to forget that you are not as experienced in the night as I am.
Yeah. I've been a
You do a
Kindred for...
good job of hiding it.
Well, it's not like someone can bribe me with it or use it to extort me. I've been a Kindred for 10 years, and it's not so different than what I was already doing in my life to a point. The only real difference now is that I've got a weird voice in the back of my head telling me to murder everything when things don't go my way. That didn't always used to be there.
She just kind of nods. Yeah, that's... To each their own beast, I suppose. My relationship with my beast is quite a bit different. But that's fair.
Yeah, I'm discovering not everyone has just the same exact needling, as it were. But another reason why I brought you, you seem to be one of maybe 2 Kindred in existence that I think are able to somewhat calm me down and make me see reason when I get to that state. Texas is my boy, but he likes the Black Air Force energy, as the kids would say.
That's entirely fair. I will do my best, but deal yourself for teasing. Toreadors do love to tease. And they are quite vain, and usually vainness comes with the air of pushing others down.
Well,
just be ready for it.
I mean, I may not wear a 3-piece suit like the normal Ventru, but this is all custom made and high end, so I think we're good.
She motions to, like... I assume this is supposed to... Is this under the guise of a formal occasion, or are they going to be alone at this location?
You were not told. There was very... when it comes to Archons and it comes to Justicars or anything in that wheelhouse, unless you are very much in the know, you are given little and expected of much.
Then I think she's wearing something very high-end. Maybe Valentino. But more of an understated rather than like a ball gown type.
Mm-hmm.
Something that would suit any kind of occasion, regardless of what the actual intent is. So if they arrive and it's a party, she looks ready for a party. If they arrive and it's simply the three of them, then she looks overdressed but fabulous, which she showed around a Toreador.
This is the moment that I will say, I am never going to, if I bring you along with me, I'm never going to do anything that outshine you, because why would I try? Because I'm going to fail, and Deacon doesn't like failing.
Well, if there's ever a formal occasion in the future, you should let me do your outfit choice.
Formal wear, I just don't like wearing it.
You're no fun. Who doesn't want to play dress up?
Maybe one day I'll let you see my closet. Or at least one of my closets.
Yay.
So, and just for the, once he heard Toreador, he did take, if Damon told us beforehand, told me specifically beforehand it was a Toreador, the car I'm driving tonight is Deacon's Lamborghini SUV.
Okay.
You pull up to the Hemingway room. It is a single-story, incredibly gorgeous, small venue. It has a little exclusive parking lot. You see yourself inside. There's no one waiting for you. There are no guards.
No other cars in the parking lot?
There are no other cars in the parking lot.
Okay.
The Hemingway room is a modular building. Walls can be taken down to expand the space. There are several different backdrops and scenes that can be set up in order to give a certain vibe or feel. But this evening, the entire venue has been cleared. There is no walls. This building is rectangular. The entire floor is very intricately carved hardwood, lacquered. In the center of the room, as you walk in, exposed by a singular key light, professional photography grade, is a woman dressed in a floor-length black gown, low cut, exposing ample chest, large curves, black lace gloves that come up past the elbow, a choker chain, and a half mask that covers down past the nose, lace dropping with blood droplet jewelry coming from the bottom of the mask. She is sitting on a throne made of hardwood. It seems to be sequoia, stained red, with a plush leather seat. One leg is folded over the other, hands folded in lap. There is a cigarette burning from a cigarette holder coming from betwixt her dominant hand's index and middle finger. She waits.
I will. I'll offer my arm to Lupe as we approach.
I'll take it.
And again, Deacon's not dressed in a three-piece suit, but he is wearing his usual custom-made, more athletic biker/biker wear. So high-end jacket and hoodie, always pants and boots, but all are just more expensive than they probably should be. And to the knowing eye, they know that it's expensive. So it's like there's no reason why you should have a Fendi pair of biker boots, but he has a Fendi pair of biker boots.
Let's go.
Don't boo me, Ian. Embrace me. But yes, he takes not Mandy's. He takes Lupe's arm and he approaches who he's assuming is the Archon. It'd be real weird if this was a ghoul sitting on this throne. And he's,
Good evening.
Is it?
I would say so, given that we have the honor of meeting a Archon.
She takes a long drag on her cigarette, blows it down towards the ground, creating a small amount of what appears like fog layering in the light. It is an honor. You are right. Now, who am I talking to?
I am Deacon Hill, Ventru clan.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Deacon?
Yes, ma'am.
I was talking to the one that was dressed for the occasion.
I apologize.
She was about to respond when he spoke up, and she will nod politely and say, Lupe of Clan Ministry.
You can say your real clan.
I have been accused of being a Toreador from time to time.
You're a Setite.
I am.
Her mouth like upticks on both sides, almost reaching the top of them or the bottom of the mask.
There's no point in lying to you, Archon, so she shrugs.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. It's all about getting away with it. Now, I've been sent here for a very specific reason. Who wants to tell me what it is?
Investigating the death of the former prince. At the very least, finding out who had something to do with it.
Yes, our little problem child, Strathcona. You know,
May I ask? I apologize.
he faked his death not so long ago, and I had to come out before.
May I ask, do you think he's done it once again?
No, I think he's actually gone this time.
I think you're correct.
I've been trying to summon him since I got here. And usually he is a good boy and listens.
Well, Madam Archon, there's two avenues here, because the information that we've managed to muster together tells us that there was some sort of ritual done the night of his death. Perhaps it was one that does not allow him to, or rather not allows him to ignore being summoned.
She leans forward, smoke drifting off of her cigarette. What do you know about rituals, Mr. Fendi?
It's just the boots.
Lupe suppresses a chuckle.
I've taken to studying the occult as I've encountered a few things that are even beyond, I think, kindred knowledge. But from what I've learned is just through pure investigation, information provided and pulled together, some sort of ritual happened that night, and everyone that we've encountered that was either there in the room has had something done.
Are you nervous?
Me? No.
Then why are you stammering over yourself? Do you have anything that I don't already know? I've been in this city since about a week after the death of Strathcona. I know that there may have been a little ritual. I understand that perhaps there was some foul goings on with the Primogen. I know these things, and I understand that there is very likely a short list of individuals that are left that can speak to this. So, to be plain with you, Mr. Fendi, what do you know that I don't?
I turned to Lupe. Was there anything that you learned that I didn't learn?
Well, did you... I suppose I should simply ask you questions then, Madam Archon, of whether or not you know certain things that I have learned, that we have learned. Are you aware of the madness that seems to be taking over individuals who are involved?
Yes. That poor Lavali fellow. Rather cantankerous. He got on your bad side. That's unfortunate. Now that, Mr. Fendi, I like. I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that you put hot lead into that small man.
Lupe looks at Deacon for just a second, like, how the fuck did you find out about this? She doesn't say anything, but she just, like, glances at him, like,
He threatened members of my coterie. He insulted me.
Yes.
And on top of that, it was very obvious that something was wrong with him and I needed to do something about it. So I figured,
well,
why not a quick nap?
if you know about all of that,
Yes.
then do you know what he did after he was supposedly out?
No. The one known as Fox is not quite the brilliant conversationalist that I would enjoy the company of usually, and they did not divulge that particular bit of information. In fact, I believe we're on rather foul terms now, but please
You want to tell her, should I?
enlighten me.
Well, his body, his vessel, if you want to call it that, continued to speak in a voice that was not his own.
Multiple voices, actually.
I wouldn't be surprised if Strathcona lived on in some manner or another. That's just speculation on my part.
What makes you
Seems
say
we
that?
are playing catch up to you. The rituals, the madness, the strangeness of it all.
Kyle Strathcona was a member of my clan. I knew Strathcona. Unfortunately well. We've served the Ivory Tower for a few centuries. I was there when he switched sides and then switched back. Rumor has it he was planning on turning this entire little domain into an Anarch haven. But I guess that never came about, did it? There is one thing that I can tell you about Kyle Strathcona. He brooked no occultism. He was not a magician. He was not a sorcerer. He is no blood mage. He did not enjoy the company of the Tremere. He did not enjoy the company of your clan. Your little beloved Liam seemed to be a strange exception, and I would not be too terribly surprised if Mr. Strathcona was suckling at the cock of your acquaintance. So I don't think that if there was a ritual involved, that it was Kyle's doing. And I don't think it was Lavali.
Well, I did catch wind of a Malkavian, but nothing substantial.
There's something off about this domain.
Something off about all of this.
It doesn't add up.
No,
On
it
that,
doesn't.
we can agree.
We can. She takes another very long drag of her cigarette, killing about half of it. She watches the swirls of the smoke as she exhales for a moment. Now, we've laid our cards mostly on the table, and I understand now that you're investigating. Why did you flip? And she doesn't seem to be speaking to either of you in particular. She's speaking to both of you.
One thing I feel I understand more than most Kindred is that sect ultimately pales against survival. Did I flip? Or did I simply start taking a meeting with another guy that said he was in charge?
You flipped, youngling. That's what it's called. You aren't old enough to know what loyalty means. I don't mean that as a matter of disrespect. That is fact. You left the Camarilla. You left it for the Archons, or the Anarchs. I can understand the whys. I get it. They speak to freedom, revolution. They speak to personal actualization, the seizing of your own power, to do what you need to do in the honor of your blood and your name. Freedom. And then she looks to Lupe. You, I think I understand. Makes sense. But
You seem to know everything about me, so I guess I need not explain.
I know what is on the dossier that I sent. Or I was sent. What I don't know is, what did you offer to the Anarchs to have them take you in so quickly? Usually there is a blooding ceremony. You must be canonized. There is a very tried and true method to getting in. It takes loyalty and tests of honor, that you extol the ideals of the revolt. Usually you have to punk one of us in some severe way. What did you do? What did you offer them?
Well, I'm sure your little dossier speaks to my many contacts and how persuasive I am.
Oh, no. It can't be just that.
The Baron is quite easily swayed, in my opinion.
Trevor is clay. You are right. But Fox isn't. And neither is his constable. And Lord knows that curmudgeonly old dyed-in-the-wool Longtooth. Well, he doesn't just roll over and let any pretty young little serpent wriggle into his grasses. That's not how he operates. I think that you gave them more.
Think what you like.
Oh.
I happen to be a very good negotiator. They knew I wanted out.
She holds her hand up to her face, and she gently lifts the mask, the beads of jeweled blood, lifting up past the most icy, brilliant, sparkling blue eyes that you have ever seen, set into a beautiful, pale, elegant face. And she looks you in the eye and says, "Please try again, and this time tell me the truth, love. And can I get you..."
Oh, fuck. Wait.
And oh wait,
I'm wearing sunglasses. Just kidding.
I'm sure you were.
She usually is.
She usually is.
Does
sunglasses.
this person get a +2 dice for being hot too?
Does this person get a +2 dice for being hot? This person gets a +3 dots for being hot.
Valid.
Let's hit right now. Womp womp womp. If I could please get you to make a composure plus wits.
Oh, I am not composed.
That's why I brought you here. Literally everyone has better composure.
Can I... you can rouse the blood to get an extra die, right?
Absolutely, you can.
Depending on your generation. If you're blood potency 1, you get 1 dice. If you're blood potency 2, you get 2 dice.
Do I roll to do that?
You do need to rouse the blood to do it, yeah. You need to roll a single d10 and rouse
You
the
get
blood.
the extra dice no matter what, but if you fail the rouse check, you
get hungrier.
I succeeded, so I don't get hungrier.
Mm-hmm.
Take an
Big
extra
dog
die.
status.
Can I please get you to make 5 successes or more?
Fuck my life.
And I don't know if I can intercede. Or
Oh, I am so close. I have 4 successes, and the die that didn't succeed is not a hunger die, so I would like to...
Spend that willpower.
Is my willpower reset in this?
Has the willpower... Yeah, your real willpower would have reset between these. Yeah.
You gain back willpower equal to composure or resolve, whichever's higher between game sessions.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm clear. Okay, I need to clear that. How do I clear it?
you have to
It's
hit
not.
it until it's blank again. Because there's superficial and there's aggravated, so it don't count it as.
Oh, I see. Okay. I just have to... It doesn't want me to click it for some ungodly fucking reason. There we go. Okay. So I have 4 successes. This one's for all the marbles. I'm re-rolling the one that I have left in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Pray for me! That's a success. 5 successes. Dab on them. You want me to take a picture of it? I will.
No, that's fine. I have to trust you. That's how this game works. So.
Take a picture of it anyway, because I feel victorious.
Please. Your mind is almost not your own for a moment. Those piercing blue eyes just peel your layers. You feel the force of her personality pressing against yours. You feel so obligated to just do what she asks. You want to please her. You want to make her feel like she has nothing to worry about. And for the barest moment, you just trust her as if she was a tried and true companion. I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
What is the memory that snaps you out?
I think it's a memory of Liam training me on how to speak to individuals like this. That you never have to tell them the truth. You never have to tell anyone the truth. Because whatever you say is true.
You hear that voice in the back of your head say, the only person that you owe an open heart to is Set. And then all of that friendly demeanor, all of that trust, all of that want to please and beg forgiveness for lying washes away like cold water over a fresh wound, and you don't feel compelled to do anything. Now,
Like I said. LePage is Clay. And perhaps he took... In fact, I know he took some pity on one who was wronged quite severely.
well, then I will use this as an opportunity to teach you a small lesson. Next time, come with something to bargain. Because when you look as good as us, you should not have to act less than to someone like LePage in order to curry favor.
You're absolutely right.
Please. You have an open invitation to come back to the tower. Think on that, because it would be in the capacity of a hand of the Archon. And doesn't that sound enticing? And then she beckons for you to come close.
Me?
Yes, you.
She'll step closer.
She takes one of the rings off of her finger above that black lace, and she hands it over to you.
I look at it.
Wear that.
What for?
Because I asked you to.
She'll put it on, I guess.
Thank you. And then she turns over to Deacon. Now, Mr. Fendi, that was a lesson for you. When you look like this and you give presentation, and you dress properly, and you have gravitas, and you stay within the tower, as your blood in particular is wont to do, you make a good girl out of someone that just wants freedom. So, Lupe, and she doesn't even meet your gaze anymore. You can leave us now.
He'll look at Deacon.
He looks at the door. He like meets your gaze and looks at the door as in like, go.
He will say, "Yes, Madam Archon," and will walk out.
Because Deacon happening here.
A man appears out of the nothing and offers a hand to Lupe. The man is wearing all black. He has a blank mask on, a hood up. He is wearing black gloves, and you hear a husky voice come from beneath the mask. Come, Milady Lupe. I believe you and I have a little bit to discuss.
Do I recognize the voice?
This seems to be the voice of the Nosferatu Primogen.
Okay. I will take his hand. Because I know this man, this Kindred. I know.
This
For
is...
the briefest second.
Mm-hmm.
When they appeared out of nowhere, Lupe and the Archon would have noticed Deacon was ready to get down until the properness came out. Like, like it was about to happen, and then he heard the voice, and then immediately the demeanor changed again.
Duncan Howley, right?
What's that, sorry?
Duncan Howley?
Duncan Howley is the Nosferatu Primogen, yes.
Okay.
As Lupe leaves the room, Grafton puts the mask back down. All pretense washes away. She stubs the cigarette out in an ashtray built into the arm of the chair. What the hell is under the sewers? That is where we end it for the evening, everyone.
The Ninja Turtles.
I knew. Yeah.
Spoiler. Heroes in a half shell.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I knew as soon as she said this place, this domain is weird. I'm just like, oh. But yes.
Now, thank you, everyone, for joining us for episode 4 of Sanguine Dominion. We are very quickly going to go around the table and tell everyone who we are, where you can find us, what we've been working on. But as a quick aside, I just want to tell you all, next week is our 2-year anniversary. 2 full years of Another World Tabletop, running games almost every week, uninterrupted, trying to entertain you all and tell as good of stories as we possibly can. And it has culminated in what you see here before you. A lot of work, a lot of fantastic times have been had. We've improved in many, many ways. We've only ever gotten better. And I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, thank all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening to our stories. But it will be the big 2-year anniversary next week. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a big announcement next week about it. And maybe we'll do something special. I don't know. Proteus, thank you so much. Thank you for the subs. What the hell? Thank you. I appreciate it. Good Lord. You're too generous. And I know I throw bits around in your chat for the fish, but like, I need those fish. Whitney!
Oh my God!
Whitney! Whitney, you're already.
It's what happens when you're loved. Just take it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. You are great. You nominated us for the Crit Awards. Fantastic.
Let's fucking go.
Speaking of Crit Awards, actually, before we do our roundtable, I will make one announcement about it. I thank you for the nomination. Thank you so much, but I would like to make a quick announcement about it. The Crit Awards are overwhelmingly white in the past, and I would like to encourage everybody here to take a moment to think about that and find your favorite TTRPG creators who are POC, trans, marginalized members of the community. People like our very own Sharmy, your boy Big, Daryl Dorsey, the Mandy, like all of these wonderful fucking people have made incredible TTRPG things. So if you are thinking about nominating people for specific roles like Best D&D DM, think about Mandy and their Miss Lost campaign. Think about your boy Big and all of the fucking wonderful things that he's been in. As far as like World of Darkness and the stuff that he does on Folk and Myth. Think about nominating Sharmy as the best player for D&D over for the exact same project on Miss Lost. Think about nominating Daryl Dorsey for the most jacked venture that's ever been. Like that's, these are just like the normal that's what we're talking about. Baby, flex it. So no, sincerely, just think about doing it. If you have a second, go and nominate some of the most incredible creators in the space. They deserve it the best. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go around the table and announce who we are. And we're going to do it clockwise like we usually do. Ian, who are you? Where can we find you? What do you got going on?
What's going on, everybody? I'm Ian, or your boy Vic on all social media. If you want to know what I'm doing, go to your favorite social media, like I said, and type in YABIBIG, and you'll see what I'm doing next. Obviously, I'm going to be here next week vibing. But yeah, that's it. I got a lot going on, so just do that.
Fantastic. Brendan, who are you?
My name's Brendan.
Psych, who gives a fuck? Daryl, who? No, I'm just kidding. No, tell him where to find you, man.
It doesn't matter.
That's so fair. It doesn't matter.
Hey, everyone, don't nominate me for a Crit Award. How's that?
Yeah, there it is. There it is. Sincerely.
Yeah. No, but seriously, my name's Brendan. You can find me on Twitch. Usually on Mondays, Trap McFiggins 0. You can find me on Twitch. Trap McFiggins. You can find me on Blue Sky and TikTok. I stream all kinds of wild stuff, and I stream here on Another World. I've been with Aaron since the very beginning. He's my best friend and worst enemy, all in the same person. So tune in for more of that if that's what you find entertaining. I'd be shocked if you didn't.
Tremendous. Daryl, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hello, I play Deacon. The Ventru who is slowly coming out of his hot mess shell, even though tonight wasn't a great example. You can find
Dice or
me
dice.
on the internet at that was the dice. Yeah, it was the dice. The dice gods were both. They wanted me to succeed, but in a bad way.
You sure did.
But you can find me on the internet at Mr_Del Dorsey on Instagram and Twitter. I will never call it the other X. Or you can find me on Threads and Blue Sky at honestly the same name, or Daryl Tyrone, or some variation of it. But I'm usually on all of them, and I will post about everything I'm doing, things I have coming down the pike. Season 2 of our Mass Effect 5e campaign on Feywild and Out called Mass Effect Mirage. Season 2 will be starting somewhat soon. towards the end of this month, so look out for that. I have some stuff happening with Mayday Roleplay. Once our scheduling gets together, I'll be running some Cyberpunk for them, in like a 3-part arc, and some fun stuff with Vancouver by Night, both a Anarch Vampire the Masquerade game and a Marvel TTRPG game. Second season will be premiering sometime soon once we finish recording, in which I play the superhero known as Pinnacle, because he's the pinnacle of all humanity. So
Love that.
That's all the stuff. That's all the stuff that he was created in a lab by Mr. Sinister. So it was a whole thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Don't let me write my own story. It'll get weird.
Mandy, we should get Dan to watch that. He'd love it. Such a Mr. Sinister fan.
All the seasons are up on Vancouver by Night on YouTube.
Tremendous. Okay, awesome. Charmy, who are you?
Charmy.
Where can we
Also-
find you?
Yes, I have been playing December, the Blood Witch, who may or may not be going on a date soon. I am also known as Captain Charmy, various places around the internet. You can see me on Wednesdays on Mandy's channel, playing Aurora Incineratus, the Fire Genasi, and if you wanted to nominate me for a crit award or the Mandy, because they are the best daddy madam one could ask for, then please, I encourage you to do so. That's me.
Mandy.
Oh, it's my turn. Hi everybody, I'm Mandy, or the Mandy, all over the internet. I am a professional dungeon master, game master, whatever. I do a lot of TTRPG things on the internet. Yes, vote for Charmy for Best D&D Player, Crit Awards 2025.
Do it.
I am putting her forth this year. Vote for Miss Lost for Best Actual Play Series. We've been going for 2 years strong. We just hit 50 episodes. 51 is next week. Episode 50 is actually a really good starting place even if you've never watched it before. It completely changes your perspective on TTRPGs and what it means to break reality. And I have to say, this campaign is my magnum opus. It is my finest work. If you want some epic fantasy that is made by queer POC for queer POC and anybody else who likes a good story, definitely watch Miss Lost. It is an entirely homebrew world, homebrew deities, homebrew subclasses, homebrew items. The whole world is completely my own. Definitely check it out. I'll make a big post in the Another World tabletop server, if that's okay with Aaron.
Yes.
For all the things and all the stuff, so that you guys can see that. I'll make an announcement in there.
Let's do it.
And yeah, I have been Lupe, Clan Ministry. Next week is probably the last time you're gonna see me, because I'm gonna die for sure, right? I think I'm gonna die.
Nice knowing ya.
Yeah,
You know what?
honestly, it's been real.
A lot of Nosferatu seem to really like Lupe, so maybe I'll be okay.
Lupe has looks too, ingenue and charisma up past the tits. So it's there's a reason why people like Lupe. People like December. There's a reason why
Lupe
adult
dies
up Lupe
first
does
instead
well
of
with a
uptown.
Toreador and Deacon is Fendi. There's a reason.
Deacon is Fendi.
Also, if
Next time we
Lupe
get a
dies
Toreador,
first
I'm
instead of
dressing you.
Uptown, I'm gonna be shocked.
Okay, fantastic.
Deacon gets called Fendi, but also everyone's just like, "Hey, tell me what's happening. I know
Yeah,
you know."
all the shade being thrown in the world, and then it's like, awesome, fantastic, Kate, time to talk. That's okay. I gotta go gargoyle mode for a second here because I'm bi and I don't know how to sit normal. So, fucking hi everybody. I'm Story Dad. I'm your your VTM storyteller extraordinaire. This is my love. This is my passion. I love telling these stories. I love playing horny vampires. I love playing scary vampires. I love playing horny, scary vampires. Are you scare-roused yet? I'm doing my job. Fantastic. I love telling stories with these people. They're very human stories for such horrible monsters. But I sincerely love the art of storytelling in general. So thank you for coming along with us. Thank you for watching all of this time. You can find me at StoryDad doing hot boy shit all over the internet, telling stories and making shit happen. I love all of you. Thank you for everything. We are gonna raid out to who did Vancouver by Night suggest? I totally missed it.
Let's raid Transplaner. They're still online.
Oh, I love Transplaner. Yeah, okay. We'll go Transplaner. Yeah, absolutely. I gotta do the actually, can someone else if you don't mind, please and thank you. One of the mods in chat. Oh, Void Doll. Transplaner's live and we love them. I
don't have raid capability. You didn't give me edit access yet, so you have to do it.
Oh, okay.
Transplaner RPG.
/raid.
Because we support Clear POC in this house.
Transplane. Yeah, for sure. Thank you for the suggestion, though. But I don't know who they are, and then we're gonna support the homies. Transplaner. And then it's just RPG.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. RPG. Bam.
But on April
Invalid
1st,
username. I'm doing it through fucking. I'm doing it through Twitch. We're not fucking around.
Get
the fuck out of here, dude. How dare you, Daryl?
On April, that was a post that was posted.
I know, very funny.
I tagged you.
You tagged me?
Yes.
On Discord.
I have the name
on
in
Discord.
Discord.
Oh, thank you. Awesome. Awesome. Love that. Proud of you. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
Control Z and / Discord. Yes. /raid.
Technology.
Right?
Boom. There it is.
Ow!
We got there eventually. I usually do it through I usually do it through the moderation tools on on Twitch itself. Go check out Transplaner. Connie's amazing. Valiant Dorian's a homie. Y'all tell him StoryDad sent you and that you're there to spread the love. Love y'all. See you next week for the 2-year anniversary where we're going to tell more vampire stories. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.